That's not the right screen? There we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. I'm your host, Christian, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community and content developer for Allen Park Baseball. Back with another exciting Monday night of live tournament action here on the channel as we have a gold tournament on tap tonight. It's going to be a good one. Welcome, welcome. This is the 13th edition of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Boom! There's a look at the previous 12 winners. Free-to-play Skep 1 adding his name to the list last week with the Melon Felons. Picking up a W. If for some reason you could not get into tonight's tournament, next week's tournament already available for registration. Go to your tournaments app. Go to Weekly. It's at the very bottom right now, TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Next week is a 1750 cap with a diamond or lower restriction. So 1750 total cap with diamond or lower restrictions. That is going to be next week's tournament, but that is next week. This week, no, not that one. I need to fire the person working the console over here. But this week, we've got, again, the wonderful, beautiful 17. No, not 17. That's next week. We got the gold cap. Gold cap. What you're going to do. What you're going to do when they come for you. A dandy little tournament on tap tonight. I think that's big screen, but I'm going to double check it just to make sure. We're going to run through. We're going to do the old roll call. See everybody who's here. I didn't put like any effort into my roster. Not going to lie. But Ichiro and Lenny Dykstra at the top of the order. Can't lose, chat. Ichiro, Lenny Dykstra, that's it. I don't even need to know anything else. Don't even need to know anything else. Ichiro, Lenny Dykstra, it's game over. So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff going on here on the channel. For those of you, oh geez, it's a little too far on the old unstretch. Those of you who missed this week in Perfect Team, last week, next week, June 25th, is our summer kickoff extravaganza. It will be, I can confirm, 180 million% that next week's episode of TWIPT will be the biggest episode ever. It's going to be off the chains. We got a great episode this week as well with the third group of the Team of the Decade missions. We've got a few cards that are going to be going in as well to complete those missions. Couple of nice ones going in as well. So we'll have some stuff in packs, and we'll also have the missions themselves. We're doing 30s, 40s, and 50s this week. And then that'll leave the right? 30s, 40s, 50s, that's where we're at. And then we've got 10s, 20s, aughts, and 1800s. I think is the last grouping. I know there's 4 left after this one, so that would make the most sense. And then we're into face of the franchise stuff, and that's going to be, my body is not even ready for that. But we're here to talk about the weekly showdown, so let's jump in. Let's do our roll call to see what 128 teams are going to be going head to head tonight to crown our 13th TWIPT Weekly Showdown champion. Me. Okay, I think I'm good. We've got the 2 Centauros against the Justice League Defenders, the Indianapolis Essentials against the Pikeville Bacon Eaters, the Nova Scotia Duck Tollers against the Raleigh Feral Pugs, the Gonzaga Bulldogs against the San Francisco Peach Kings, the Black Lives Matters Allies against the Saginaw Stripers. The Sandwich Isotopes against the Kingstone Stoners. The Cornwall Cardinals and the Mushroom Kingdom Warriors. The Iowa Beach Fighting Chickens against the Ramrock Dragons. The Melbourne Mustangs against the Vienna Loggers. Your hometown, even though I'm playing on the road, Snaggletown Scooters taking on the Richmond Rippers. The Gilbert Gutter Goons against the Meth and Silver Sox. The Virginia Pale Hose against the Morristown Frackers. The Jefferson City Capitals against the Las Vegas Pit Vipers, the Bronx Pit Bulls, and the Paris Barricades, the Niagara Herons, and the Colorado Springs Mountain Sox. The Fabic Narwhals and the Katy Winning Streakers, the Geobon Rockhounds and the Cleveland Fossils, the Manassas Mallards, and the Newark Bears. We've got the Big Jacks Heart Attacks against the Wasatch Motars. The Moses Lake Chihuahuas against the Central City Flash. The Macon Whoopies against the South African Pig Farmers. The Corporate Sellouts against the Dallas Sun Devils. The Nomadic Developers against the Windy City Summoners. The Creepy Crespies, Crispy Cretans against the Naperville Retrievers. The Brooklyn Superboss against the Brazos Valley Engineers. The Winnipeg Blue Jays against the Las Vegas Stars. The Marietta Merrymen against the Wilmington Blue Rocks. The Cincinnati Lionhearts against the Herbie Hancocks. The Bloomington Sluggers against the Carolina Legends. That is Matt's team. The Eddie Bravo's Think Tank against the Carnegie Mellons. The Nomadic Developers, that is definitely one of Matt's teams. The Huron High School Hosts and the Laurel Canyon Musicians. The Colorado Lions against the Texas Legacy. The Valakut Primevals against the Old Town Black Bears. The San Jose Surge and the Ohio Glory. The Philly Specials, excuse me, against the NYC Isotopes 2. The Kagara Kings against the Cheap Tricks. The Rockport Rumblefish against the Raleigh Rallies. The Raleigh Rallies. The Ben Salem Manwich against the Diablos Rojos. The Waffles and Syrups of the OL against the Palm Harbor Pelicans. The Fogtown Stars and the Bronx Bombers. The Kingston Township Origins against the Long Island Trash Boys. The Blue Farm Bombers against the Oslo Labs. The Manchester Camels and the New York Gridlock Eugene Emeralds and the Korriban Cithrists. The Pax Got Hot against the Buffalo Zeniths. The Bees go bzz, bzz, bzz against the Arizona Boys of Summer. The Rancho Bernardo Dead Meats against the Long Beach Flip Dogs. The Marvel Baseball Junkies against the Alva Goldbugs. The Zay Shimmerite Thunderbolts against the Cranberry Crackpots. The Topeka Defenders against the Bora Bora Beach Bums. The Downers Grove Thunderbirds against the Las Vegas White Tigers. The East Limestone Indians against the Chicago Titans. The Calgary Oilmen against the Minnesota Twinkies. The Yonkers Gorillas and the Paulus Hook Black Cats. Why is Dutch Leonard not showing up for me? The Dubuque Dogs and the Manitowoc Red Raiders. The Camas Papermakers and the Susquehanna Sonics. The Osbury Springboks and the Port Albert Pirates. The Raleigh Rays against the Clovis Paleo Indians. The Austin Soul against the Fox Lake Res Dogs. London Fog against the Pecan Sandies. Finally, last four matchups. The Addis Albus Lions against the Austin Feculent Fairies. The Brookfield Timberwolves and the Lisboa Andorranas. The Cincinnati Elite and Chicago Shamrocks. And the Emmets Maulers and the Schenectady Turbines. That is your roll call for tonight's stream. Let's see who we're going to go with. The first game. I really don't know. I mean, it's got to be Bucky Walters, right? Is it too late to make changes? It's too late to make changes. Yeah, we're gonna go. Listen, I like where Kaz's head's at. I like where Kaz's head's at today. We're rolling with Facero, chat. We're doing it. We're going with Facero, baby. It's happening. This is happening. This is happening. Listen, I do not want Al Leiter as anything. I don't want Walker Buehler in the use more often either. What is happening here? Normal usage. We'll get Guzman into the middle relief as well. Yeah, we should be good. We're going to go with Facero. Again, if you're new to the stream, this is a single elimination up until the finals, which is best of 3. 128-team tournament. We're gonna keep a close eye on the Schooners tonight. We have had a bit of rough luck as of late. Last week we were out in the first round, weren't we? Rough scene, chat, rough scene. Hoping to get out of the first round tonight. The lineup's looking mint. Ichiro, Dykstra, Grimy, the Big Cat, Jeff Heath, Brian Roberts, Richie Hebner, Wally Shang, Rafael Furcal. Chat, listen. We've got the lineup tonight, okay? We've got the lineup tonight. Let's see. We want to get the defensive subs in there in like the 8th or later. Boom. Yes. Man, oh man. What's going on, Simple Hunter? How you doing, buddy? I'm hoping, again, I'm a big fan of my lineup. You got Ichiro and Dykstra at the top of the order, right? Then you got the power. Grimes, Galarraga, Heath. In fact, what I might do is I might hit Galarraga 3rd, Heath 4th to go to get the righty, lefty, righty. And then you get Roberts as a switch. You're back to the power with Hebner again. So maybe I go this way. Because then you can go switch at the bottom. We got Veritek for the defensive sub there. Fielding ratings. Yeah, I mean, Veritek's really not that much better, though. Infield, we're looking pretty good. Hebner's good. Galarraga's not great. Right? He's okay, though. He'll get by. And then Dykstra and Ichiro are just gods in the outfield. Heath is a bit of a but I don't really have better. Yeah, Hitman, I watched the first 2 episodes of it today, actually. I watched the first 2 episodes of it while I was working today. It's pretty good stuff. Also, by the way, guys, I'm not sure how many of you caught the 30 for 30 last night on the summer of '98. It was amazing. It was, regardless of what you think, and listen, this is not going to become a steroids versus not steroids discussion. That's not where we're going with this. The documentary was amazing. Regardless of what your opinion is of that particular time period of baseball, and trust me, there's a lot of people who have a lot of differing opinions. I've been on the record many times as saying that, I'm okay with it. But, again, the documentary itself, it was 2 hours. I watched it this morning on the PVR. It was great. I highly recommend it. If you were a fan of that period of time, it's definitely worth watching. It was a really good look back. I was 16 at the time. And that was like the peak of my baseball fandom, as a teenager, and it was just amazing to watch. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you can find a re-airing of the summer of '98 30 for 30. It was really, really good. It's definitely worth the 2 hours. Definitely worth the 2 hours. But we're getting ready here for first pitch as the simulation is going through for tonight's TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Again, stick around. We're going to have lots of baseball action over the next hour and 35 to hour and 40 minutes. Hopefully lots of action with my team. Again, if you get eliminated early on or you're looking to get into next week's tournament, it is available now, the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Go to the weekly tab. It's at the very bottom. Next week, I do believe special edition Lenny Dykstra is the first place prize. As you can see tonight's winner will walk away with a 1943 Allie Reynolds. Second place gets a 2001 Roger Clemens. Third and fourth get a John Jaha as well. But like I said, I'm pretty sure next week it is Lenny Dykstra. Beard is getting a little out of control. I've said I will not shave my beard until I have to go back to work and be public. And that potentially might not be till 2021. So, you guys are stuck looking at this monstrosity on my face. I have no reason to shave it, chat. Listen, this is the most public facing I get in a week. The 2 hours that I do this, the 60 minutes that I do this week in Perfect Team. That's it. You guys are the only non-family members who are seeing my face on a regular basis. What do you want from me, man? You get what you get. You get no regrets. Yeah, I need a haircut real bad too, as you can see. It's real thick, luscious. I need to get my haircut ASAP. No regrets, baby. No regrets. Do. Yeah, I definitely need to get my hair looked after. We're waiting for the first sim to come in here, chat. To be fair, I've cut my hair twice since the lockdown started. I've cut my own hair for like a decade, maybe more. I cut my own hair, chat. It's the only way to go. It's just how I roll. I can't be bothered paying $15 for somebody to cut my hair when I literally have none. No, I can't. No, I cannot let my hair grow. I hate it. I get the little stupid curlies on the side. We're getting off topic here, but I get the little curlies on the side. I can't do it, man. It's not my style. Not my style. Not my style, man. The beard, I will let the beard go. This is the most luscious my beard has ever been. Okay, it's sim time. Round 1 is in. As always, no spoilers in the chat. Spoilers will get you timed out for the rest of the stream, meaning you won't be able to win the giveaway later because you won't be able to type in chat. So, but we haven't had any infractions yet, so that's good. Don't want anybody missing out on a chance at free perfect points. All right, let's get the highlights loaded up. We got Facero on the man. We're facing the Richmond Rippers here in the first game. Now let's go to the live. All right, here we go. Carew up for the Rippers. It's the bottom of the third, no score, 2 out. Woody held over at first base. Rod Carew at the dish. That's a grounder to second. And they're going to go to first. He throws it away. That ball is going to go all the way into the dugout. So what would have been an inning-ending ground ball ends up being an error. Now it's second and third for Amos Otis. There's a grounder to short. Throw across the diamond, and they got him. So it doesn't come back to haunt him. That error. So after 3, it's no score. Top of the fourth. Jeff Heath facing Dennis Leonard. Oh, that one's high and deep to right field.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Jeff Heath, 393 feet to right field, and the Schooners get on the board first. It's 1-0. Here's George Foster now, bottom of the fourth. Facero still on the hill here. And that ball's high and deep to left field. That's carrying back. Gone! The Rippers tie it up. 439 feet. Oh, those sounds are not through the game. Sorry, guys. The sounds that we're using, they're not through the game. They're on my Stream Deck. My sound. I have a soundboard for the. I have a soundboard for the sounds. So here we are, 1-1. Top of the sixth now. Top of the sixth now. Here's Dykstra to lead it off. Full count from Dennis Leonard. And that's a walk, a leadoff walk. Yeah, I've got the Hawk and Buck Martinez. I got to get some new ones too. Get a Chris Berman on there. So that's going to bring up the big cat, Andres Galarraga. Again, nobody out here top of the sixth. Dykstra at first. That is a base hit into left field. First two men on here in the inning for the Schooners. And that's going to get to the power section of the order. And here comes Jeff Heath. 2-1 pitch from Leonard. Heath homered earlier in the game. And that's a base hit into center field. Dykstra got a good jump. He's going to come around third. Here comes the throw. There's going to be a play at the plate, but Dykstra is safe, and the Schooners take a 2-1 lead. Twitch is all messed up, Simple Hunter. It might be something to do with that. Twitch has been having issues all day. Channels couldn't get chat working. Some people couldn't see their subs. People couldn't see the channels they followed. They've been having an absolute mess today. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe hosting or something is broken right now. Although Matrim just hosted us, so. And I did get your raid earlier. So here's Grimes now. Still nobody out here in the inning. And that's a grounder to third. They're going to go to second for one. On to first, double play. That is a huge double play. Galarraga goes to third. So 2 out in the inning now. And they don't get any more. Bottom of the seventh now. Here we go. Veritek at the dish. Facero still in the game. 2 down here in the inning. Fly ball into right field. And that looks like it's going to get the job done. And it will. So 7 strong innings for Jeff Facero. And it is 2-1. Here's Dykstra now to lead off the top of the 8th. He scored in the top of the 6th on an Andres Galarraga or a Jeff Heath single. That's a high fly ball to left field. That one is way back. And that's going to extend the Schooners' lead to 3-1. Lenny Dykstra goes opposite field. And the lead is 2. Bottom of the 8th now, Kirby Yates into the game for the Schooners. And that is a base hit back up the middle. Facero, 7 strong innings, 1 run on 4 hits. But Yates comes in and gives up a 1-out single to Held. Here's Carew. Grounder to second. This could be 2. No play. No play for Brian Roberts, and there's 2 men on now. Here's Amos Otis. First and second with 1 out. Rippers threatening, but a big strikeout there. Swing and a miss on the full count pitch. And now it's going to be up to Shohei Ohtani. 0-2 here comes. And that's another strikeout. Yates gets out of it with back-to-back Ks, and we're going to the 9th. The score is 3-1. Dave Giusti into the game looking for the save. Here for the Schooners. That's a line drive right center field. That's going to bounce off the wall. That's going to be extra bases to lead off the 9th for George Foster. Oh, chat, not another one of these, please. Here's Anthony Rizzo now. 3-1 is the count. And that is a fly ball to center field. Playable for Lenny Dykstra. And he makes the play. No tag. So runner at second now. 1 down for Al Rosen. And that's laced into right field. And that's going to fall for a base hit. Foster had to hold up to make sure that the ball wasn't caught. And he will not be able to score. So it's going to be first and third now. 1 down, and here's Yordan Alvarez, the pinch hitter. And he goes down swinging, a huge strikeout for Giusti. And now it's going to be all up to Manny Machado. First and third. Here comes the 1-0. Ground to third. Deep in the hole. Play is going to go to second. And the Schooners are moving on with a 3-1 victory here in round number 1. Oh, we're simulating again? Jeez. Who we even playing in round 2? The Vienna Loggers and Bucky Walters. All right. Let's do it, baby. Hang on, chat. I got Twitter DM. Go check it out. Got Justin Turner. Oh, okay. That's all good. We'll deal with that later. Okay. Bucky versus Bucky. Bucky mirror match. If I had time to get out of the sim, I was definitely stealing signs. I always steal signs. If I had more time, I knew he was starting Bucky Walters, I might have went in a different direction, but obviously the perils of live TV. No, I probably wouldn't. If Dean, if I had the chance, knowing I was going against him, probably would have started somebody else. Just because I don't like the mirror matches. I'm confident. I'm confident that my offense can be able to beat Bucky Walters. I feel like I could have probably rolled somebody else out there. I feel like I probably could have started Soroka or even Tesro, and it probably would have been okay. I probably would have started Tesro, to be honest. I would have started Tesro, and then just because I know I'm confident my offense can beat Bucky Walters. We'll see. We'll see. Great job, Facero, though. Facero, 7 strong innings. Gives up a run on 4 hits. Can't ask for much more than that, chat. Facero getting the job done. Facero getting the job done. Now we wait. Oh, there we go. Right as I say, now we wait. Here it comes. Pretty good, man. I like him. Good stuff. We're into round number 2, chat. Taking on the Vienna Loggers. Trying to move on to round number 3. I really want me an Allie Reynolds. Let's see. We got the Bucky Walters mirror match. Here we go. 2 different colors of green. I am the away team. Bottom of the first, Vienna with a man on third and Jeff McNeil at the dish, trying to get on the board here early with 1 down, grounder short, and that's going to get it done. A 6-3 ground out, and Vienna takes a 1-0 lead. Oh, dropping frames. Bottom of the second now, Bob Boone at second, Stan Hack at the dish. Vienna trying to extend their lead. That's going to get down the first baseline. Galarraga didn't even move. That one's going to get into the corner. That's going to score a second run for Vienna. An RBI double from Stan Hack, and just like that, Vienna up 2-0. Jeez, what inning are we going to? Oh, my word! Top of the 8th inning, still 3-0. So much for my offense being able to hit Bucky Walters. Top of the 8th inning now. The Schooners down 3-0. Gene Conley into the game for Vienna. Wally Shang at the dish with nobody out. Here comes the 1-0. And that ball's laced in the left center field gap. That's going to get down. Shang with a leadoff double here in the top of the 8th. And the Schooners finally have something cooking here. Only their 4th hit of the game. Here's the number 9 hitter, Rafael Furcal. And that's a base hit to center field. Furcal with a single. Shang is going to hold up at third, not the most fleet of foot. So that's going to be first and third now. Still nobody out here. Full count pitch to Ichiro Suzuki. Number out in front of the mound. This is going to be a tough play. The throw to first. Ichiro is safe. An infield single for Ichiro Suzuki. And the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the top of the eighth. And Lenny Dykstra at the dish. Infield in against Dykstra. The 2-1 pitch from Conley. That's going to be looped into right field. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to score one. Everyone else moves up a base, and just like that, the Schooners are on the board. It's 3-1, and there's still nobody out here in the top of the eighth inning. And we're getting into the power section. Galarraga, Heath, Grimes, and Hebner. Infield still in here to the big cat, Andres Galarraga. First pitch. That's hit back to second base. They're going to go to home for one. On to first. Galarraga able to beat it out. Little bit of a bobble there from the catcher. So they get the force out at the plate. 4-2 on the fielder's choice. Base is still loaded here. One down for Jeff Heath. And that's laced down the left field line. That's a fair ball inside the line. That's going to score one. That's going to score two. And that's going to score a third. Heath is out at third base, trying to stretch it into a triple on the throw. But 3 runs are in and a 4-run top of the eighth. And the Schooners lead 4-3. No Dean. Next week is 1750 cap, diamond and below. The inning's still going here. Here's Ray Grimes now with 2 down. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's hit high and deep. And Ray Grimes puts an exclamation point on the 8th inning. 5 runs for the Schooners. And they go from 3 down to 5-3 up. Top of the 9th now. 5-3 the score. Rafael Furcal. Conley still in the game. And that's a base hit into right field as the Schooners looking for some insurance here. Furcal all the way to third now. Ichiro at second. Here's Lenny Dykstra. Yeah, that's a base hit back up the middle. That's going to score 1 to make it 6-3. Ichiro's going to round third. Here comes the throw. He's going to score, and it's 7-3. Bottom of the 9th now. 2 down, 8-3 is the score. Marquez into the game. Here comes the 1-2. And he goes down looking. The Schooners with 8 unanswered runs in the final 2 innings. And they're moving on to the third round with an 8-3 win over the Vienna Loggers. Oh, baby. Oh, Methuen. No. Come on. Don't do this to me. Who's he got? Lefty, 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 lefty. I kind of want to start Tessero. But I know. I think Tessero's the play, chat. I do. He's got, is that the that's got to be special edition Strasburg, right? Dang. We need that offense to come up big. Leiter might have been the play, but Leiter's control is brutal. I have a lefty. It's Facero. Leiter is just brutal control. Gotta go Tessero. I need the stuff bump. We're into the third round. We're facing off against the Methuen Silver Sox. Yeah, need more lefties for sure. More lefty starters. There's not a whole lot of lefty gold starters is the downside. But I'm going to need to pick some up. Tim, no. We usually don't do it till like the 5th round or so. When we got some time later on. At least 100. Possibly more. So here we go. We are into the third round here. The Schooners currently still alive. A 3-1 win in round number 1, backed by an awesome pitching performance from last-minute starter Jeff Facero. In round 2, we were down 3-0 in the 8th, but put up 8 unanswered runs on our way to an 8-3 win. We are in round number 3 as we are waiting for the sim to come in. Should be in momentarily. Yeah, I know Leonard is... I need to get a Leonard. You know what I need to do? I need to make some better gold lefties for content. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. Just an entire set of lefty starting pitcher content specifically to help my gold tournament team. Because gold tournament teams are going to be important. Probably something I and everybody out there should be working on. More irons? No. I mean, there'll probably be some more irons at some point. There's enough irons out there now to help people what's the word I want to look for? Not overcome. Take on the cap system. They're just a little bit harder to find sometimes. Problem is that irons don't make good content. I mean, unless they have... Yeah, but see, you don't want it because it makes good content. You want it because it helps your cap team. That's the difference. My job is not cap tournament facilitator. My job is content developing. So, like, again, Connor Joe, perfect example. That was a good story that deserved an iron card. It's just, again, in terms of marketability and content, like, trust me, there is going to be iron cards along the way. There are definitely iron cards in the content plans. But, like, it's not like I don't go into a content saying, hey, I need some iron cards to help fill out tournament rosters. If I can find an iron card that's a good story, that's worthy of being in Perfect Team, that people won't just look at and be like, oh, I'm going to nab him for my cap roster, then absolutely, it's definitely worth considering. Again, Connor Joe was an amazing story. All right, chat, let's take our potential Methuen Silver Sox beating like men. Gonna be tough. Gonna be a tough one. There is a Connor Joe 2019 card. I don't know what CTF means. Do I want to know? Top of the first, here's Ichiro, full count from Steven Strasburg. Don't know what you're talking about, Dish. And a leadoff, strike 3. Looks like that one was a ball. Bottom of the third now, Bismacki at third. Ichiro at the dish, facing Tesro. And that's a base hit into right field, and the Silver Sox strike first. It's an RBI single from Ichiro, and they take a 1-0 lead. Ichiro all the way to third now. 2 outs for Ed Morgan. And that's a base hit back up the middle. It's going to be a second run. 2-0. Top of the fourth, now here's Jeff Heath facing Strasburg. And that one's hit high and deep to right field.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
Jeff Heath, 367 feet. The Schooners are on the board. It's 2-1. Still the top of the fourth now. Richie Hebner at third. Wally Shang at the dish. And that ball gets away. Runner's going to come over third. He's going to score, and it's a tie ball game, 2-2. Bottom of the fourth, now here's Ray Durham. One out in the inning, and that one's high and deep to right field. Is it going to have enough? Is it going to have enough? It does. Ray Durham deposits one in the right center field bullpen, and the Methuen Silver Sox back on top by a score of 3-2. Jeff Testro still in the game here now. One out. Here's Evan Longoria. And that one's hit high and deep to right center or left center field. Is it going to have the distance? It does. Back-to-back home runs for the Methuen Silver Sox. And it's 4-2. Top of the sixth now. Here's Jeff Heath, who homered earlier in the ballgame. And he pounds that one deep to right center field. That one is gone. It's Heath again. Oh, my. 404 feet to right center field. Jeff Heath makes it a 4-3 ball game. Bottom of the sixth now. 4-3 is the score. Two out. Longoria at first. Durham at second. Bismacki at the dish. And that ball's hit back up the middle. That's going to be, it's booted for Call. Not able to make the play. And that's going to load him up. Here's Luke Appling. Full count. He goes down swinging. So the error doesn't come back to haunt them. It remains 4-3. Top of the eighth now. Here's Ichiro facing Jeff Pfeffer. That ball's ripped into right field, but it's going to be caught. Two down now for Andres Galarraga. Here's the Big Cat. Big Cat's been big quiet, but there's a base hit back up the middle. And I'll tell you what, at this point, just getting Jeff Heath to the plate with men on base is all you really need to do. 2 home runs in the game so far. And this time, they pitch around him very carefully with the walk. First and second now. Here's Ray Grimes at 2 down. Here's the 1-2. And that's a... it's caught in center field. Lenny Dykstra with a hell of a play to end the inning. A huge, huge play to keep it 4-3. Top of the ninth now, Mark Wohlers into the game. Here's Richie Hebner to lead it off. Here's the 1-2. Schooners need a run. And Granner to second. That's deep in the hole. It's going to be a tough play, but they're going to make it. 1 down. Ray Durham with a nice one there. Here's Brian Roberts. Granner to first. Hard hit, but right at Martinez. It's out number 2. And it's all down to Wally Shank. Fly ball to right, and that's going to do it. The Snaggletown Schooners are going home as the Methuen Silver Sox hang on for a 4-3 lead, eliminating the Schooners, even though Jeff Heath had 3 home runs in the playoffs tournament and had 2 in that game. Unable to overcome the 4 runs from the Methuen Silver Sox, and they're going home. We're going home. Let's take a look at the round 4 matchups to see what teams have made it through while we wait for the sim to come in here in about 3 or 4 minutes. The Ashbury Springboks are going to take on the Justice League Defenders, John Denny and Mike Soraka there. The Fabic Narwhals against the Methuen Silver Sox, Johan Santana and Bucky Walters. The Moses Lake Chihuahuas and the Windy City Sumners, Juan Marichal, Player of the Month Juan Marichal, against Cal Eldred. The Winnipeg Blue Jays and the Huron High School hosts. Battle of the future legends, Dustin May, Luis Patino. The Ohio Glory is going to take on the Palm Harbor Pelicans. Billy Lowe's against Special Edition Steven Strasburg there. The Bees go bzz, bzz, bzz against the Oslo Labs. Cliff Melton against Cliff Melton. The Bora Bora Beach Bums against the Susquehanna Sonics. Steve Carlton and Jeff Pfeffer in that one. And the Ewa Beach Fighting Chickens taking on the Raleigh Feral Pugs. That is your round of 32. Man, oh man, oh man. It was a good run, chat, but unfortunately not able to pull it in. Jeff Heath with 3 homers and 7 RBIs in the 3 games. But you look, again, we thought our lineup was going to be our strong point. But you look at 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, not getting it done. No RBIs from 6 down, 182, sub 100 in 3 games. Again, top of the order doing the job. Ichiro was getting on base. Dykstra was doing his thing. Jeff Heath was an absolute monster, but unfortunately, bottom of the order not getting it done. Again, bullpen didn't give up a run. Flawless bullpen, which is, exactly what you want. But yeah, man, you know what? We thought we were going to have it. We're going to have to get back to the drawing board. Luckily, if you're also trying to get back to the drawing board, you can go and sign up for next week's tournament. Filter to weekly tournaments. Go down to the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Next week is a diamond or lower with a 1750 cap. Already 13 teams up in there. Next week's first prize is special edition Peak Lenny Dykstra. He is an absolute monster, or so I've heard. So Lenny Dykstra is going to be the reward next week. You've also got Bob Allison, Randy Jackson in there as well. Lots of space, but it'll fill up fast. So if you want to get in there for next week, get your diamond and below practice. There's your chance for next week as we wait for this week. It's also a cap too. That's right. So you could go gold. I mean, the 1750 cap works out to an average of what, 67? Right? Is it? Yeah, 67. So, I mean, you could go with you're only going to be able to fit so many diamonds. And we all know they're going to be mostly starting pitchers. But, again, you could try the gold team action as well. Are ratings available for those guys? Hunter, I assume at this point, I know the Dykstra's out there. I'm sure that I believe the Dykstra is out there already. I'm sure someone's probably posted the ratings on Discord or on the forums. If you're in the Discord and you go to the tournaments channel or roster advice or auction house, one of those channels, and ask if somebody has the special edition Dykstra and can show the ratings, they probably would post it. All right, let's take a look at the scores from this round. The Ashbury Springboks put up 12 runs on 19 hits, sending the Justice League defenders back to the drawing board. The Fabic Narwhals pick up a narrow 4-3 victory over the Methuen Silver Sox as Fabic avenges my death, and I appreciate it. The Windy City Summoners double up on the Moses Lake Chihuahuas by a score of 4-2. The Winnipeg Blue Jays not able to hold off the offensive onslaught of the Huron High School hosts. 7-4 is the final score there. The Palm Harbor Pelicans put up 11 runs on 14 hits. Ohio Glory tried to make it interesting late by putting up 4 in the top of the 9th, but not enough. Palm Harbor holds on for an 11-9 victory. The Oslo Labs eliminate the Bees, go with 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th and hang on for a 6-4 win. An absolute wild one between the Bora Bora Beach Bums and the Susquehanna Sonics. Bora Bora scores 3 in the 8th and 9th to take the lead. Susquehanna scores 2 in the bottom of the 9th to send it to extras. Bora Bora scores 2 in the top of the 10th, but Susquehanna comes back with 3 in the bottom of the 10th and walks it off, moving on to the 4th round fifth round with a 7-6 win. And finally, the Ewa Beach Fighting Chickens pick up a 4-0 shutout victory over the Raleigh Feral Pugs. Only one hit for Raleigh in that one. Ooh, boys. So here's a look at our Elite 8, ladies and gentlemen, as we are into the quarters. Fabic Narwhals against the Ewa Beach Fighting Chickens. Walt Masterson against future legend Dustin May in that one. The Oran High School hosts against the Windy City Sumners, Lou Burdett and Mark Guthrie. Again, we're into the fifth round, so fifth starters for a lot of these teams. Oslo Labs against the Palm Harbor Pelicans, Lou Burdett and Gene Conley there. And the Asbury Springboks and the Susquehanna Sonics, Zach Duke against Hilton Smith. Again, you see, as we do this. And we do this. Nope, not that. This. As you see, ladies and gentlemen, Fabic is a previous TWIPT Weekly Showdown champion. He picked up the win in week number 1. The Oslo Labs, also a former TWIPT Weekly Showdown champion, picking up the win in week number 7. We have not had a repeat winner in 12 weeks. Will this finally be the week that the TWIPT Weekly Showdown gets a repeat winner? Stay tuned to find out. Let me log into my other thing here. Guys, I have to say, I know for a while, let me get the giveaway started first, and then we'll do that. All right. 3 prizes, 10,000 perfect points apiece, exclamation point ticket in the chat to get yourself in. You cannot win if you are not in, exclamation point ticket in the chat. So we've been saying for quite a while, even way back to the preseason streams, that we were planning to do some bigger esportsy type stuff. You know, that we had dipped our foot in the water with the Team of the Decade tournament. We've been doing this every Monday night and getting some good feedback and getting some good identification of what we can do and what we can't do and what works and what doesn't work and what people like to watch. We're getting close to being able to talk about some things that we would like to do probably in the next few weeks of being able to talk about some of these things. It's going to be like the TWIPT Weekly Showdown on steroids. We're not there yet. We're not there yet to the point where we want to start talking about details, but I assure you guys who have been patient and who have been enjoying the Weekly Showdown, that have listened to us say time and time again in the last few months that we are looking at some bigger esportsy type stuff, that we are moving towards being able to start talking about that stuff. As Connor Joe, what the heck? As Connor Joe so smilingly approves. Connor's looking forward to it, chat. He can't wait. He's in. Exclamation point ticket in the chat. Again, you cannot win if you're not in. We're going to wait for the sim to go through, and then we are going to probably rip a few Packerinos. Let's do like a 25, see if we get anything good. And then we'll do the giveaway. We'll move on to the next round. Am I close to any of these? I don't think so. The pack ones, I'm just going to get those as we go. I think we're good. Am alive with that double vision. Well, even if I pulled something good, I couldn't put them in. How is my main team doing? While we wait for the sim to come in, we'll check in on the main Snaggle J squad. It is hot in here tonight. Oh my word. This is going to be rough. A rough summer, chat. How'd it feel to have a taste of the Perfect League? It was interesting. I was way in over my head. Not close. Like, I lost 103 games. It was brutal. But, I learned a few things about strategy and how some of the upper tier teams are playing the game. Come on, Pedro. Man, Pedro, you suck. So we'll go back to Diamond and we'll apply what we learned. And I'm not hitting the ball very well right now, I don't think. Last in everything. Yikes. That's not good. Wow. That's not a hitting performance you love to see. Oh, just most of the stuff that it's like anything else, right? I don't use the strategy sliders a whole lot. I don't pay attention to making sure just the finer points of perfect team. So the reason why what's the word I'm looking for? The reason why lower caliber teams are able to succeed is because they take advantage of when you see a card, his ratings are face value. If you plug him into your lineup with no regard for lineup composition, for the strategy you're using, for park factors, for who you put around him, you're not maximizing that particular asset. And so, one thing I started looking at was I like my team. Don't get me wrong. If you match up with me in a league, I like my team. I like where it's at. But I wasn't maximizing the players that I had. Not even necessarily chess and checkers. We're all playing the same game. But everyone who I've played chess. I've played chess against players I was better than. I've played chess against players of equal skill. And I've played chess against players that are way better than me. The difference when you play chess against somebody that's way better than me is when you're thinking 2 moves ahead, they're thinking 6 moves ahead. We're all playing the same game, but it's that ability to use everything, to craft a global strategy and a player strategy that goes to your lineup, to use park factors that complement the lineup construction that you have. So again, it was interesting to see all of these teams that are constructed somewhat similar yet somewhat different. Some teams that have spent money, some teams that have spent very little money, some stuff in the middle. And just to be able to look at it and say, hey, it does, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it doesn't always come down to the RNG. You can set yourself up to fail. You can set yourself up to fail. You can't with things being handled via a simulation, you can't guarantee that you're going to win, but you can guarantee that you're going to lose. That's a big thing, right? You can't guarantee that you're going to be able to win in the sim, but when you're playing at the upper levels and you're not taking advantage of the strategies and proper lineup construction, you're setting yourself up to fail. And that is what makes the game fun. Oh, and Xenakis, that's baseball, right? Anybody can win any day. How do you think I got to the perfect league to begin with? The Fabic Narwhals are moving on to the Final Four, keeping their repeat dreams alive with a 5-3 victory over the Ewa Beach Fighting Chickens. The Uran High School hosts not able to overcome the Windy City Summoners as Windy City hangs on for a 4-3 win. The Oslo Labs with a 1-hitter against the Palm Harbor Pelicans as Oslo moves on to the semifinals, and the Ashbury Springboks with a 6-2 win, 14 hits over the Susquehanna Sonics. Moving on to the Final Four, let's take a look at our matchups. On one side, you have Fabic Narwhals against the Windy City Summoners, Connie Johnson and Mordecai Brown. And on the other side, the Asbury Springboks against the Oslo Labs, Lou Burdett against Mordecai Brown. Again, Oslo and Fabic both vying to become the first ever repeat winner of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. While we're waiting for this action to go down, let's play around with a few packs. See if we can't pull a few. We've been having some rough luck. Why is that collection called Nuclear Powered? Because the episode of The Simpsons. The softball episode of The Simpsons. If you've never seen it, you're doing yourself a major disservice. Go find it. Legally, of course. Good start. Dave Friesleben. Not bad, I got him already. Guys, exclamation point ticket in the chat. After this next sim comes in, we're going to draw. Actually, we might draw it before. But either way, get your exclamation point ticket in. Oh, yeah, that's right. Simpsons on Disney Plus now. Nothing good. Ted Sizemore. I wish he was a 59. If he was a 59, I'd like him a lot better. Oh. Do I have that fingers already? I do. I have story too. By the way, guys, just so you guys know, this confetti that's coming down, we're actually going to be releasing an option in the next patch to turn it off. Apparently, some people have been having issues with their graphics glitching out when the confetti comes down. So we're going to include an option to turn the confetti off. No, it's an all or nothing thing. Midre Cummings. Good historicals here. Midre Cummings I didn't have. Royster I have. Steve Farr I don't have. I could have showed you, but I don't have the beta installed right now. Buck O'Brien, I don't have that one. That's a nice little card. That's a nice little card. Hollins, which I have. Moriarty I have. Eugenio Suarez, I know I have that one. Ooh, Tom Zachary. Not a great card. I mean, I don't have him, so I don't have him. Hunter, I have no idea. I imagine there's probably some people that are close. But I don't know if anybody has it. I don't think I'm that close. Ooh, Bob Johnson. That card is lit. I'm hitting the horn for that. That's a great card. Not real good defensively, but 104 power. That's a nice card. It's a very nice card. I imagine there's some people that are close. I imagine Xenakis is probably close. Like I said, I think I'm like around I'm only around like 2K. I think I was at like 1,800 the other day. Yeah, I'm at nine. I'm a little over halfway. No, that's not quite halfway. I'm just a little short of halfway. 1964. Oh, he's talking about having all the cards. I'm missing. I'm less than 100 live cards now, though. Personal favorite card? I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's get some stuff out of the way. Guys, you have 15 seconds left to enter the giveaway. You can't win if you're not in. There is 92 people in right now. Exclamation point ticket in the chat. And I will get you to win some points. Can't win if you're not in. 10,000 perfect points times 3. We're shutting the giveaway down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. As always, guys, if you guys do happen to get your name drawn in the giveaway, if you happen to get your name drawn in the giveaway, please either whisper us on Twitch or whisper us on Twitch, the OOTP Developments account, or DM me in the Discord with your username, perfect team username, proper capitalization, team name for confirmation. Congratulations to Thistle Droid. I am Xenakis. And IC Dragon 13. Congratulations, Thistle Droid, Xenakis, and IC Dragon 13. You guys have won 10,000 perfect points apiece. Holler at me when you get a chance. I will get you those points. Lickety split after the stream is over. We'll get that rug up for you for sure. Nicolino asked what my favorite, if I ever have a favorite card. I don't necessarily think I have a favorite. Man, it's hard. When you literally have a hand in some way, shape, or form in like 3,000 plus cards being in the game, it's hard for me. Like, I'm not trying to like demean it in any way, but it's hard for me to grow a big attachment. So I'll tell you what, there are some that have a little bit of a special place to me. The Holiday Hall of Fame card in 1920. The Holiday Hall of Fame card is up there. Perfect Pedro is up there as well from last year. The peak Perfect Pedro. More so not from a favorite standpoint, but just from that was one of my favorite things that we've done. It's hard. I can't pick any of the Negro League stuff because, you know, that for me is more of a experience about the story and not necessarily the cards. Yeah, it's hard. Scott Rowland peaks 97 Scott Rowland last year was in my lineup for like 45 seasons. You know, that kind of grew on me, like just in terms of a card I couldn't get rid of. But you know what, like when the thing is, when you're looking at 3,000 cards over the course of a year, it's hard to grow attachment to them. It's hard. It is hard. I'd love to say, hey, my favorite card is blank. But like, you know, I can think of 1,000 reasons why I don't like that card too. And it's hard because some of my favorite cards have been cards that people hated or that people ripped apart on stream or, cards that people did not receive well in the Discord, which is fine. I'm a grown man. I can take it. But some of my favorite cards are cards that were just universally hated. So you win some, you lose some. No, not Team of the Decade, Tom Seaver. That was a pretty good card, though. Rich was a big fan of the Tom Seaver. All right, let's take a look. Semifinals are in. The Fabic Narwhals pick up an extra inning victory. 4-3 over the Windy City Summoners. Runs in the 10th and the 11th. Put them away. And then the Ashbury Springboks, 9. The Oslo Labs 1, which means we're set up the final. The Fabic Narwhals against the Ashbury Springboks. Oh, baby, a battle of the heavy titans here. The Narwhals with Dutch Leonard, Tommy Bridges, and Johan Santana. The Springboks countering with Freddie Fitzsimmons, Hilton Smith, and John Denny. Oh, baby, we got to get our straw poll together here. And we'll go through and we'll take a look again. The finals are best of 3. All right. Put the spring poll or the straw poll in the chat. We're going to go through and take a look at these teams, chat, as we look at the tree and see where we have ended up. Look at that. 128 teams started. We are down to 2. Let's take a look first at the Fabic Narwhals. So far, a pretty good tournament, although I'm not sure why. You just putting Al Rosen in now? Al Rosen, no, he's an over. Oh, my. Pretty good hitting lineup so far, you see. Brian Roberts in the leadoff spot with a couple home runs. Rosen, Mattingly. Greenwell having a good time. Lofton having a good time. Pitching's been really good. Look at that bullpen. Zero earned runs allowed in the bullpen. You see he scored 30 runs, only giving up 16. 7-4, 5-1, 5-2, 4-3, 5-3, 4-3 wins. Lots of close games up in there for sure. Take a look at the pitching. He's got a little bit of fatigue. Not a whole lot, though, but the fatigue he has is at the back end, with Strasburg, Wohlers, and Franco being the 3 pitchers that have a little bit of fatigue, but nothing that you can't overcome. Get a good start in there from Leonard, who did throw a shutout over 6 innings in his first game. Let's flip it on over to Asbury now. 4-2, 12-4, 6-3, 12-5, 6-2, 9-1 wins. Offense getting it done. Cunningham hitting over 500. 480, 400, 375, 429. Obviously the story here, the Goliaths of hitting. 49 runs scored, only 17 runs allowed. Bullpen has been really good. Starters have been really good. Again, the Ashbury Springboks have been a complete team through the first 6 rounds of this tournament. Take a look at the bullpen fatigue, see where they're at. I don't know why I keep clicking that. Not bad. A little bit on Sparky Lyle, a little bit on Donnie Moore. So again, who do you got, folks? Vote in the straw poll now. Who do you got between Fabic and Asbury? Let's take a look at the live straw poll. 55-45 at the moment. That's rough. Asbury getting some votes in there as we get close to first pitch here in the 13th edition of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. We are in the finals. You see, pretty even. A little bit of an edge for the Springboks. You see a little bit of love on the Asbury side, but not pretty close. I mean, you're talking almost even Steven here as we get ready for the first pitch of the finals. Again, we started with 128 teams. We are down to 2. Best of 3 finals. We're going to watch the highlights from all 3 games, as we do here on the channel. I didn't hide the scores, but that's okay. I'm going to hide them before we load the thing. Again, guys, if you're looking to get into next week's tournament, it's already there. Filter by weekly on the type filter. Go down to the bottom. It's the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. There's already 21 teams up in there. Dykstra, the 98 peak special edition Lenny Dykstra, is the first place reward. Bob Allison is second. Third and fourth is Randy Jackson, regular pack, 5th through 8th. And again, next week's going to be a huge week, chat. Next Thursday is the TWIPT Summer Kickoff Extravaganza. The best, biggest episode of This Week at Perfect Team ever next Thursday night. I mean it. It is going to be wall to wall from the moment I hit the button to start until the moment I hit the button to end it. It is going to be wall to wall news, announcement, content, hype. It's going to be great. It's been a long spring, chat, and we are going to kick off summer the right way with the TWIPT Summer Kickoff Extravaganza. That is the 25th? June 25th? It is June 25th. For starters, we have our Father's Day content set that will be released there as well. Oh, man, we have so much stuff going on that week. Ooh, baby. I might fill the office here with beach sand. Sit back. And just enjoy everything. Let's do this. And then let's do this. One of these two will put their name on this list. Fabic's already on it. He's up to week number 1. We have never had a repeat champion, Ken Fabic, do the job tonight. Best 2 out of 3 between the Narwhals and the Springboks coming up here shortly. We're just waiting for the sim to do its thing. I'm checking it right now. I think it's there. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. It is not. But soon. It is 1,000,000 degrees in my office, chat. It is just disgusting. I'm going to have to start streaming outside. And the neighbors will wonder why the hell I'm yelling. But I won't care. Whew. Walk-off victory. In my... Oh, I have all kinds of air conditioners. I just don't have one actively set up in my office. I'm not used to spending so much time down here. I'm not used to spending so much time in here. I mean, I'm spending 10, 12 hours a day in here now. Usually I spend like 5 hours in here a week. Mostly just for this stuff. So it's getting to be a little much. And you know, I got the big light on in front of me and the big to-do and the big production. All right. Sim number 1 is in, folks. Again, no spoilerinos in the chat. This is loading in. Game 1 of the finals. The Fabic Narwhals and the Ashbury Springboks. Top of the first, Brian Roberts to lead it off. Facing Freddie Fitzsimmons. That's a grounder back to the pitcher's mound. And he got him. That's how we start the game. Bottom of the second now. Randy Reddy at third. Bob Boone at first for Tony Gwynn. 1 out here in the inning. Asbury looking to get on the board first, and that is a grounder to first. We go to second for 1. On to first, Gwynn beats it out. So that will score a run. A 3-6 fielder's choice, and Asbury gets on the board. 1-0. Bottom of the third now, here's Ichiro Suzuki facing Dutch Leonard. That ball's high and deep to right field. That one is back. And it's 2-0. Ichiro, with a big crack of the bat, goes deep into right field. And the Springboks take a 2-0 lead. Top of the fourth now, Pete Rose at second. Here's Mattingly. And that one's hit high and deep to right center field.
Hit high and deep. Stretch. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
Don Mattingly ties the game with a 2-run home run. The first hit for the Narwhals. And it's 2-2. Bottom of the fourth now, Appling at the dish, Bob Boone at first. And that ball's hit into the right center field, or right down the right field line. Into the corner. Appling is going to go for second. Here comes the throw to the dish. It is not in time. And Appling with an RBI double. And the Springboks take a 3-2 lead. Here's Mike Greenwell. In the top of the fifth. And that's ripped into left field. They were playing him around a pole. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and Greenwell is going to end up at second with a leadoff double. They get nothing. Top of the seventh now. Fitzsimmons still in the game. Here's Mattingly. Had a home run in the fourth. And that is ripped into center field. Oh, and it's misplayed out there. It's going to get over the head. Mattingly is going to be on his way to second. Ichiro misplays the ball. And Mattingly with a lead off. They're going to score that a double. Here's Lindstrom. Still nobody out here in the inning. Grounder to third. That's going to bring the third baseman to his left. So Mattingly able to take third. And it's out number one. Here's Greenwell now. Infield in for the Springboks. And that's going to go to first. They're going to get the out at first. Runner has to hold. So now it's Garry Templeton. Here comes the 1-2. And it's going to be in the center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Garry Templeton with a go-ahead single. And we're tied at 3. Templeton ends up going all the way to second. What a speed demon. Here's Walt Masterson now, bottom of the 8th. 2 out. Here's Randy Reddy at the dish. Here comes the 2-2. And he goes down swinging. We're going to the 9th. And it's still 3-3. Here's Al Rosen leading up the top of the 9th, 1-1. Oh, did he? I didn't look at the play-by-play. I was fixing my hat. Fly ball to left. Routine play out there for Reddy. Here's Mattingly now. Mattingly has had a heck of a game for the Narwhals so far. And he always lines out a great play by Juicy, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Pete Rose to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the full count pitch from Masterson. And the ball's going to be played deep in the hole. Roberts makes a great play. 2 down now for Tony Gwynn. And that's going to do it. We're going to extras here in the first game. Free baseball. It's tied at 3. Freddie Lindstrom now to lead off the top of the 10th for the Narwhals. Narwhals with only 4 hits in the game. Fly ball into right. Playable. Oh, my jeez. And that's out number 1. 2 outs now for Garry Templeton. 1-1. Here it comes from Juicy. Fly ball in the left. And, a great play there by Appling. So we're going to the bottom of the 10th. Here's Luke Appling to lead it off. Here comes the 3-1. And he checks his swing. They appeal it. And they say no swing. It's a leadoff walk for Luke Appling. Here comes Ichiro. And that ball's ripped into right field. That's a base hit. Appling is going to round second. He's going to go to third. Here comes the throw. He is saved. A single by Ichiro Suzuki. Appling goes all the way to third. They were playing no doubles. So it's first and third. Nobody out. The winning run is 90 feet away. Here's shoeless Joe Jackson. Infield in, obviously, for the Narwhals. And they're going to walk him to set up the double play. And that's going to bring up Edgar Martinez. Here comes the 2-2. And he goes down looking. A huge strikeout from Masterson there on the outside corner. And that's going to bring up Joe Cunningham, who came into this game hitting about 900 in the tournament. Here comes a full count pitch. Nowhere to put him. He goes down swinging. Back-to-back huge strikeouts for Walt Masterson with the bases loaded. And here comes Randy Reddy. Here comes the 3-1. It's ball 4! Ball 4! Randy Reddy draws the walk, and the Ashbury Springboks pick up the win in game number 1 by a score of 4-3 in extra innings. An absolute heartbreaker for the Fabic Narwhals, walking in the winning run. Hey, still got to win another one. It's not over yet. It happens. It happens. And when it happens, it feels bad, man. First home game of the tourney coming up. Oh, definitely how you drew it up. Absolutely. All right. Let's load into game number 2. The Ashbury Springboks trying to end the hopes and dreams of the Fabic Narwhals, becoming the first ever 2-time winner of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. Top of the first. Here's Cunningham to lead it off against Tommy Bridges. And it's a pop-up, foul territory, first base side. They're going to give way to Mattingly, and he makes the play. Let's go now, bottom of the first. Kenny Lofton at third, Pete Rose at first, Don Mattingly at the dish. Base and Hilton Smith. Narwhals trying to get out to a hot start. As a high fly ball, deep to left field. It's going to land short of the track, but that is going to be deep enough. A sacrifice fly from Donnie Baseball. And the Narwhals get out to a 1-0 lead. Fast forward now to the top of the 5th. First and second. For the Springboks, Felix Mentilla at the dish. Tommy Bridges still in the game. Grounder short. They're going to go to second for 1. And on to first, a huge 6-4-3 double play. Top of the 6th now. Ichiro at first. Here's Red Schoendeist. And that is into right field. That's a base hit. A little dumper into right field. Ichiro's going to go all the way to third. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. And it's first and third here now with 2 down. Here's Deacon White. Bridges trying to get out of it. Grounder to second. This should do it. Going to have to hurry. And he will get it in time. 5.5 in the books. The Narwhals hold a 1-0 lead over the Springboks. Top of the 8th now. Tommy Bridges still in the game. Here's Luke Appling to lead it off. Full count pitch incoming. And he goes down swinging. Good way to start the 8th. Here's Cunningham. 3-0 is the count. And that's low for ball 4. The tying run is on. Here's Ichiro now with 1 down. Grounded to first. Mattingly up with it. He's going to take the easy play to first base. Cunningham moves up to second. But now there's 2 down for Red Schoendienst. Full count. And he goes down swinging. 8 shutout innings for Tommy Bridges. Bottom of the 8th now. Here's Roberts to lead it off, facing Paul Quantrill. Narwhals looking for some insurance. And that's a number to short. It's going to be a tough play. He's going to have to get it. He's not going to throw it. Not even going to bother. Infield single for Brian Roberts. Here's Pete Rose. Opposite field single between short and third into left. 2 men on here with 1 out in the inning. Here's Mattingly. Has the only RBI of the game so far. A sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 1st. And that is a fly ball to right field. Tagging up is Brian Roberts. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not going to be in time. Mattingly with a 2nd sacrifice fly. And it's 2-0. Top of the 9th now. Wohlers into the game. Here comes the full count pitch with 2 out. And he got him! The Narwhals hang on and force a game 3 with a 2-0 victory here in game number 2. We're going to have a 3rd game, ladies and gentlemen, to decide tonight's TWIPT Weekly Showdown. For the Narwhals, Johan Santana. And for the Springboks, John Denny. Baby. Some high drama here in in the 13th edition of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. It comes down to this. The Fabic Narwhals trying to become the first ever two-time TWIPT Weekly Showdown champion. The Ashbury Springboks trying to crush that dream and add his name to the list of TWIPT Weekly Showdown champions. Man, oh man, we've got it coming up here in just a few minutes. Excuse me for a second. If we're having a 3rd game, I'm going to need some water. All right. Whew. Mama. Some high dramatics tonight, folks. Here in the TWIPT Weekly Showdown. If you're new to the stream, guys and gals, make sure you guys hit that follow button up at the top of the screen. Or if you're on a mobile device, give your screen a little tap. Hit the heart button. Make sure you turn the notifications on, so you get that little pop-up whenever we go live. We're live 7 days a week here, most weeks on the channel. I'm here Monday nights for this at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a new tournament. Again, next week's is a Diamond 1750 cap. I'm also here Thursday nights for This Week in Perfect Team at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This week we have some collection rewards. Team of the Decade, number 3, the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We've also got some associated cards that are going to be going along with it. So make sure you guys tune in Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But right now, the high dramatics of the TWIPT Weekly Showdown, the Narwhals and the Springboks nervously getting ready here for game number 3. One of them is going to walk away with 97 overall, Allie Reynolds. Oh my, what is going on here? What is happening? Make sure nobody's yelling at me, chat. I think he's a 91 or a 92. 91 maybe. He's a low diamond Yankees Roger Clemens. That's all I know. 2001 Roger Clemens? Fresh agua. I got to keep my voice fresh. I got to turn right around and record the podcast with Rich right after this. So I need to keep the voice fresh. Yeah, gold bullpens are really good. You get some really good gold bullpens out there for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The chat is intense and nervous. Fabic. Hip and knee doc. The sim is in, ladies and gentlemen. What we know is that at some point in the next few minutes, we are going to crown a TWIPT Weekly Champion. Let's find out who it's going to be. Will it be Fabic? Or will it be Ashbury? But it's game number 3 of the finals. Let's go. Top of the first, Brian Roberts to lead it off for Fabic. John Denny on the mound for the Springboks. Grounder to short. And a 6-3 putout gets this game underway. Bottom of the second now. Johan Santana pitching to Randy Reddy. That ball's hit high and deep to left field.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
Randy Reddy gets the Springboks on the board. A solo home run to left field, and it's 1-0. Top of the third now. Templeton at second. Brian Roberts at the dish with 1 down. And he walks him on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Kenny Lofton. Lofton with a grounder to second. They're going to go second for 1 and on to first, a double play to end the top of the third. Springboks maintain a 1-0 lead. Here's the top of the fourth now. Pete Rose at third. Mattingly at first. Lindstrom at the dish with nobody out. And that is a base hit back up the middle, and the Narwhals have tied the game. An RBI single by Freddie Lindstrom. And it's 1-1. Lindstrom at second now. Mattingly at third. Here's Mike Greenwell. And that's a base hit back up the middle. Mattingly is going to score. Lindstrom is going to hold up at third with nobody out. An RBI single for Mike Greenwell. And the Narwhals take a 2-1 lead. 4-1 now. Still only one out in the inning. Templeton at second, Boone at first. Here's Brian Roberts. And that's hit in the left center field gap. That's going to score another one. Possibly another two. Another run scores, an RBI double for Brian Roberts, and it's 5-1 Narwhals. What? They end up putting up 8 in the inning. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth now. It is 8-3. 2 runs already in for the Springboks, and they have second and third with 1 out. Full count to Felix Mantilla. That is a base hit into left field. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second. Here comes a throw from the outfield. He is safe. A 2-run single. And it's 8-5. Randy ready now. Still only 1 out in the inning here. And that is ripped down the right field line. That's going to be into the corner. That's going to be extra bases. Ready on his way to second. Mantilla around third. He is going to try to score. Here comes the throw. He is safe. And it's 8-6. Reddy moves up to third now. Full count to Bob Boone. Mike Marshall into the game now. And that's a full count walk. Here's Tony Gwynn. Here comes the 1-1. Nubber back to the mound. This could be a tough play. Marshall gets off the mound very slowly, but he's able to make the play. But the Springboks get 5 back. 5 innings in the books here. And it's 8-6. Here we go, top of the 7th now. Sparky Lyle into the game for the Springboks. Mattingly at second for Mike Greenwell with 1 out. That ball's hit high and deep to right center field. Will it have the distance? It does! Mike Greenwell doubles the lead, and it's 10-6. 421 feet to center. An absolute laser from Mike Greenwell. Bottom of the 9th now. The score is still 10-6. Strasburg into the game for the Narwhals, trying to nail it down. Here comes the 3-1 to Reddy. Grounder deep in the hole at short. Long throw across the dive. He got him! The Fabic Narwhals with a 10-6 victory in game number 3 are your Week 13 TWIPT Weekly Showdown champions. The Fabic Narwhals. M. Fabic becomes the first perfect team user to win multiple TWIPT Weekly Showdowns. A great tournament all around. What a great finals. Absolutely thrilling stuff. Thank you to everybody who came out, who came by, who were in the tournament, who were watching the tournament, who were on the stream. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that follow button up at the top of the screen. The next time you guys will see me will be Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for a brand new episode of TWIPT, or This Week in Perfect Team, as we usually spell it all the way out. Woo! All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me. Congratulations to the Fabic Narwhals and everybody else who participated tonight. I'll catch you guys next week for a brand new tournament. Diamond 1750 next week. As always, I am Chris Jardine, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.